Hey, what is going on, everybody? It's Matthew here, your local bro. We are back at it again with the greatest brothers in the NFL history. And we all know, you know, I know that we are the greatest brotherhood in the NFL history. But I think this is just like according to players, so I don't think we're going to be mentioned in this video. Nevertheless, leave a like down below if you want to support your local bro on this journey. Also, comment what you want to see in the next video, and I'm going to do my utterly best to make sure that you get to see that. Without further ado, guys, let's dive right into it.
We're talking about the most ravaged pantries in America.
Woo.
Well, actually, we're counting down the greatest brothers in NFL history. But isn't that basically the same thing? There are a lot of hardworking moms and dads with fantastic genes to thank for this list.
Let's go.
So let's get right to it.
Bro, did Kelce have a brother? I had no clue. Woo!
JJ, TJ, and Derek Watt.
Bro, I only knew that but only two of them are in the NFL, right?
If it feels like every few years there's a new Watt flashing across your TV, that's because, well, there is.
Yeah.
JJ Watt took the league by storm, an all-pro right out of Wisconsin in the 2011 draft.
Big
He was
boy.
named the Defensive Player of the Year 3 times in his first 5 seasons. JJ impacts the game like few
Bro, this guy is such a beast.
have ever seen, playing nearly every position in the front 7, sacking QBs at a crazy clip, and batting down just as many passes too. In just his first 4 years, he became the first player with multiple 20-sack seasons.
My man.
In 2016, the Watts became an NFL brotherhood when Derek was drafted by then San Diego Chargers. As a fullback, Derek set the tone for the Bolts running game. They followed his lead block to huge success. He recently joined the Pittsburgh Steelers, where the youngest brother, TJ, was drafted in 2017.
Bro, so they are 3 brothers in the NFL. That's just absurd.
TJ is a quarterback terror in his own right. Both he and JJ were named All-Pros in their second season. TJ's 34.5 sacks in 3 years falls too short of JJ's first 3-season mark. But TJ has a knack like no other in strip sacking the QB. He led the league with 8 in 2019. Imagine being the mom of 3 behemoths.
Bro, look. Oh, you didn't see her shirt. That was an amazing combination of all the 3 logos.
Running around all day for 20 years. To give you some insight into their childhood, the brothers recently started a game show called Ultimate Tag.
Okay.
Travis and Jason Kelce.
Bro, though, the JJ Watts, man. Imagine, like, their parents. You get 3 sons. All of them make it into the NFL. Bro, that's a dream.
The most athletic brothers in NFL history come from not only an unlikely duo, but even more unlikely positions. Jason Kelce entered the league in 2011 as an unheralded 6th-round pick for the Philadelphia Eagles. He immediately became their starting center, paving the way for LaShawn McCoy's monster year. Since then, he's been named to 3 All-Pro teams and 3 Pro Bowls. Kelce was the captain and catalyst for the underdogs in 2017, when Nick Foles and the Eagles upset the New England Patriots in Super Bowl 52. Kelce makes the position look effortless, calling out adjustments before pulling as a lead blocker in open space. His athleticism allows him to absorb linebackers and create lanes for Eagles running backs. 2 years after Jason was drafted, the Chiefs selected his brother Travis in the 3rd round. Steal of the draft, Travis Kelce has had 1,000 yards.
The 3rd round, bro. I thought it was a 1st-round pick according to, like, his stats.
Receiving the past 4 seasons. The only tight end in NFL history to do so. Travis's rare blend of size, vertical ability, and speed make him a matchup nightmare for defenses. In an offense filled with dangerous threats, Kelce forces defenses to crowd up the middle of fields and double him every down. When they don't, he streaks up the spine of the defense for easy Mahomes TD passes. Kelce's second quarter against the Texans in the 2019 playoff game looked more like Calvin Johnson or Julio Jones, not a 3rd-round tight end. But Travis is anything but normal, and his 3 TDs in the quarter helped spring a 51-7 run. In the Super Bowl, Travis made key catches to help the Chiefs win their first Super Bowl in...
I haven't checked this guy out too much. I really think, though, I should make an individual video about him.
50 years. The Kelces are the golden brothers of the NFL, and the only active brothers with rings to boast.
Bro, let me know in the comments, do you think Kelce, like the tight end, is better than Rob Gronkowski? Let me know.
Shannon and Sterling Sharp. The Sharps show there are more than one way to become NFL legends. The older brother, Sterling, was highly touted out of college. He was drafted 7th overall by the Green Bay Packers in '89. Sterling broke the single-season Packer receiving record in his sophomore season, putting the world on notice. One of the toughest receivers we've ever seen. Sterling was willing to go into traffic and come down with it regardless of the hit he would take.
Nice.
When Favre hit the scene, he and Sterling had an instant chemistry.
Let's
In
go.
1992, Sterling had the best season ever seen from a receiver. He broke the catch record and led the league in yards and touchdowns.
Ooh.
He followed his Triple Crown season by breaking his own receptions record. Just
What?
as he started being mentioned among the all-time greats, Sterling's career was ended by a freak neck injury. While we never saw Sterling's full potential, his brother was out there
Bro, neck injuries though, they are nasty.
trying to make a name for himself. Shannon was drafted in the final round.
Like, if I would have an injury, bro, a neck injury is probably like the least one that I would like to have, bro. Because like, if your neck is, bro, damaged, it really affects everything. Necks and backs, the worst thing you can have injured.
Of the 1990 draft by the Broncos. The Savannah State loudmouth had a chip on his shoulder that drove him to be the best tight end the NFL had ever seen.
Okay.
He was constantly double-teamed and still became the first tight end to amass 10,000 yards. His impact made the 90s Broncos one of the best
He sounds sharp.
offenses ever and a team that won back-to-back Super Bowls. You can catch both the Sharp brothers on football talk shows, bringing their charisma to television like they did to the gridiron. Clay and Bruce Matthews.
Like that surname.
We finally made our way to the most rugged, toughest, and just plain scariest brothers in NFL history, the Matthews. Bruce and Clay played on opposite sides of the line of scrimmage. For over a decade, they even played each other twice annually. Sons of Clay Matthews Sr. Follow along.
Or second name, last name, whatever you call it.
Clay was drafted highly by the Cleveland Browns in 1978.
Okay.
A tough edge setter, Junior could sack the QB, stop the run, and even made some of the clutchest interceptions in Browns playoff history.
Let's
Bruce
go.
entered the league in 1983 with the Houston Oilers. Bruce was immediately a franchise cornerstone on the offensive line and made 9 All-Pro first teams and a record-setting 14 Pro Bowls in his career.
Bro.
Bruce is arguably the greatest offensive lineman to ever lace him up, but Clay was no slouch either.
What about Larry Allen though?
After Clay's 19-year career, he is third all-time in tackles and the oldest player to ever sack a QB. Football simply flows in the Matthews family blood. Both brothers' children played in the NFL. Bruce produced offensive linemen, Jake with the Falcons, Kevin with the Titans, and Mike with the Browns.
Bro, they are 4.
As it should be. All of Clay Matthews Jr.'s sons became linebackers. Clay Matthews III was an all-pro linebacker
Bro, what's up with these families?
for multiple
Look at that guy's right arm, bro. It's like actually bigger than his face.
teams, and his brother Casey was drafted by Philly in 2011. We
Looks
can
like a
safely
punter.
say the Matthews family Christmas tree topper is a pigskin. Peyton and Eli Manning.
Oh yeah.
The Mannings are football royalty, and that's mainly because of Archie Manning's 2 youngest sons, Eli and Peyton. Whether you need clutch plays, heroic comebacks, beautiful bombs, or even hilarious ESPN commercials, Eli and Peyton are the guys for the job. Peyton is the older brother, drafted first overall to the Indianapolis Colts in 1998.
Let's
he brought
go.
the Colts from the pits of pedestrian to become the league's biggest threat. When Sheriff Peyton suited up, Colts were the favorite. While criticized for his postseason success, Peyton brought Indianapolis their first Lombardi trophy. Perhaps Peyton's finest hour came when he was left for dead after neck surgery. He
Yeah.
signed with the Denver Broncos and shattered every passing record on his way to his second Super Bowl
Let's go!
championship.
Underdog mentality, guys. I'm saying this every time. Underdog mentality.
Peyton retired a 5-time MVP, more than anyone else will probably ever have.
Prove them naysayers wrong every day, every hour.
But not to be outdone, Eli is at his best when the stakes are highest. While he doesn't have the accolades of his brother, he will always be remembered for his game-winning drive to defeat the undefeated New England Patriots in Super Bowl 42.
Oh, yeah.
They were 12-point underdogs to the perfect Pats when Eli evaded multiple rushers and heaved up what would be known as the helmet catch. His
Oh,
TD
yeah.
pass placed him into football lore. Perhaps Eli's best year was in 2011, however. Eli tossed 15 fourth-quarter touchdowns, shattering the regular season record.
What
As
a
he
big
always
boy.
did, Eli shined in the postseason. In 2011, Eli broke the postseason passing yards record on the way
go.
to a Super Bowl rematch with the Patriots. There, he did something his brother never did, win a second Super Bowl MVP. His clutch
True.
sideline dime guided them to another Super Bowl game-winning drive. Remember when
Man.
you argue that Eli isn't a Hall of Famer? He's one of only 4 multiple-time Super Bowl MVPs in the history of the NFL. For that, the Mannings are the greatest pair of brothers in football history.
Let me know let me know down below, guys, if you agree with those stats and those ideas and those assumptions from Nonstop Sports. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure that you drop a like down below if you enjoyed it. Comment what you want to see in the future and subscribe if you haven't done it already, guys. What are you waiting for me to produce even more videos? Subscribe now before you can, bro. Just smash that button down below and I'll catch you guys around in the next one.